Hello everyone. Now let's talk about parameters that we control in HVAC. In HVAC, we do design, installation, testing, commissioning, everything to maintain certain parameters or target parameters in a room or in a zone or in a facility. To do so, understanding of parameters are crucially important on your HVAC journey. What is actually a parameter? A parameter is generally any characteristic that can help defining or classifying particular system. For instance, let's say you're going to buy a jersey for your friend. It could be a birthday gift, let's say. Now, before you are buying a jersey, you must know what is the team your friend like, because he's a very close friend of yours. You know his likings. So the team has to be right. If he hates Barcelona and you're going to buy a jersey of Barcelona for him, it is not going to be a very good gift for him. Then you must know the right size. You buy a jersey for him, but it doesn't fit him. It's not a gift. Then, if he likes some number on the back, you must do so. And if he wants some name on the back, you can buy a jersey on the name. So these are the parameters that are defining a birthday gift for your friends, particularly a jersey. Similarly, in the HVAC system, we all HVAC designer have to follow similar pattern to define the likings or need of your customer. In HVAC system, there are three major parameters that we are always concerned about, or our customers are always concerned about. The first one is ventilation. Any human occupiable space must be ventilated. That's why we are going to take you deep inside on ventilation, the calculations, and how to design a proper ventilation system. So any place, if human is there, you must have ventilation. Second important parameter is temperature. What is the target temperature set value? 22 plus minus 2 or 26 plus minus 2? That you have to know before you design. And humidity, if is there any requirement of controlling humidity, you must have the understanding and getting input from the customer or from other relevant standards. We'll talk details of these and how to control all these parameters in all through the course so that you are quite confident on HVAC system design. Then some other parameters that usually people don't talk about, but as a designer, you must be conscious, like airflow rate. Your customer is not coming and asking you, give me 5,000 CFM in my room. He might come and ask you, give me this certain temperature, please maintain certain humidity, ventilation must be there. These usually come from customer. But airflow rate is something that you are going to define and you have to be cautious about it. Air velocity, similarly, very high velocity is not comfortable. Very low velocity doesn't make things working. Air pressure, right? In certain spaces, we have to control air pressure. For instance, if you're designing operation theater or certain pharmaceuticals factory, you need to maintain certain pressure in a room or in the facility. Air change per hour, obviously important for cooling as well as for ventilation. And if it is a classified zone where you have to maintain some air purity, then air change rate per hour is crucially important for you. Particle count in in the air, let's say if it's an operation theater or some places where you have to control particles of the air, in that scenario, you have to count the particle of the air. So that's important. And pollution control, obviously, pollution control is crucially important in all your projects. Now, these are the major parameters that we control. All through this course, we are going to learn how to control individual parameters. Usually, In a commercial project, people are more focused on ventilation and temperature. These are the major parameters that we control in commercial projects. Coming up in healthcare projects, some other parameters adds up, like ventilation, temperature, humidity, and particle counts, air pressure, air flow rate. This goes on. So, designing healthcare project, especially operation theater or facilities relevant to operation theaters, are something really crucial. And good experience is a mandatory to design healthcare projects. Coming up in the industrial projects are different from commercial and healthcare project. In commercial project, human comfort is the prime target that we are achieving. That's why ventilation and temperature are major parameters in commercial projects. In healthcare project, health safety is important. So if infection goes around, it is not going to be safe for all the people involved in the facility. That's why infection control, particle control, these are important in healthcare project. In the industrial project, it is quite different. Industrial project is all about the product. If you are manufacturing any pharmaceutical drugs, you have certain parameters to control. If you're making food, if you're designing for any food factories, let's say a chocolate manufacturing facility, the parameters are different. So in industrial project, parameters that you're controlling depends on the product you are manufacturing. So that's all about parameters that we can control in a HVAC system. Coming up in all through the course, we are going to learn how to design and control ventilation, temperature, humidity, and all other parameters. That is our prime goal of this course. Now let's move forward.